Live performance audio is off, it says. Huh? Okay, live streaming. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of ShaktiDarshana. First, let us offer pranams to Guru Parampara. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karuna Alayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Om Chaitanyam Shashwatam Shantam Vyomatitam Niranjanam Bindunad Kalatitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Harihi Om. So let us continue our previous discussion on ShaktiDarshana. Today is sixth session of ShaktiDarshana. Let us go to today's first session is what drives our life. What is the root of our life? So here we want to discuss the fear is the drive for our life, for everybody's life. Let us understand this. This series of programs is called Atma Darshana, or Who Am I, is nothing but awakening of wisdom. Shakti Darshana is what am I? Awakening of energy, to realize I am energy. Satya Darshana is where am I? To live in the light, awareness. We see here a deer is being chased by a predator. Deer is running for life. This is what life is in a forest. This is how animals live. The deer has to run, otherwise it will die. The fear is the drive for the deer. How this is applicable to our life? We also evolved from animal life. Our nervous system has the spinal cord and brainstem, cerebellum, and hypothalamus, which is we call as reptilian brain. It comes from the lizards. And we have a brain called mammalian brain, which is common to animals. And then a human brain, which is cerebral cortex, which is top upper portion of the brain, which is human. In fact, we have a combination of a lizard, an animal, and human. We are all the three. In fact, entire evolution is there in our nervous system. So that means all evolutionary instincts are there in us. Whatever has happened in the evolution is there. It's a memory. Record is there in the form of nervous system. Right from the lizard to the mammal to the human brain. Of course, we don't live in the forest where life is threatened Every moment there's a stress and tension. Any moment you can die. So that fear is not there because we don't live in the forest. But we live in a modern day world where a lot of security is built around us. Still, it is the lizard brain and mammalian brain which works first in our life, not human brain. What is this human brain is all about? Human brain, what we call as thinking brain, is used for learning, planning, responding, attending, reflection, organizing, reason, and regulate. It's used for functioning, a functioning purpose in the world, very reasonable way. But our lower brain, which is called lizard brain, it is actually based on lizard instincts: fight or flight, freeze, fear, reaction. So survival, this is what lizard brain is all about. Fight, flight, and freeze. Thinking it always comes to human brain, right? This is first. See, I was trying to say. So showed this picture. A life in the forest. The deer has to run. Okay, survival is the primary key, right? And our brain has three components: lizard brain, mammalian brain, and human brain. It's three brains together. So we are actually a complete evolutionary product which is there in our nervous system. So any situation in life, which brain actually works first? Lizard brain works first. It has to work. Atma. Lizard brain is primary response to the life situation in life. Even though we don't live in the forest, you don't live in the same circumstances are not there. Our lizard brain, which is the spinal cord, responsible for fight or flight, survival, or freeze also. If the enemy is too strong, we'll just freeze. Okay. Fear. This is our lizard brain. Emotional brain is feeling. Feel. And remember also, some part of remember also. Okay. And then comes the human brain. Human brain, which is actually upper part of the brain, is for thinking purpose. Thinking means memory records it will use. Recorded in memory events, it will use for thinking purpose, for the present moment. Thinking, reasoning, logic, like that. But this whole system goes for a boot. Okay? When human brain is used for serving the lizard brain. And when human brain is used for serving the emotional brain. In fact, human brain should be the master. But human brain becomes the servant of lizard brain and emotional brain. So the way it happens is, let us say somebody sees one spider. Okay, right? The spider input, it goes to the visual thalamus, the visual cortex of the brain. From visual cortex, visual thalamus to visual cortex, then it goes to this called amygdala. Amygdala is just behind our ears at this point. That's actually what you call as emotional brain. Immediately, fear arises. Tremendous fear arises. We don't even think. It doesn't go to thinking brain. What you call as spider can do to me. I don't like spider. I'm afraid of spider. That reaction comes from the amygdala. All our fear response starts here. And it will immediately react to the spinal cord, lizard brain. Run, 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 freeze or fight. Okay. So, look at this way. Our emotions, not very high emotions. So the brain stem or lizard brain is active, okay, and higher cortex operates, not emotionally involved situation. Situation where there's no emotions involved. The higher cortex, this part of the brain works, right? Whereas if the emotions are involved, it doesn't come to human brain at all. Lizard brain and animal brain work. All emotions are disturbing emotions. Anger, fear, excitement. Love is not emotion. Hate. This love in this is raga. Hate, dvesha. Disgust. Right? You can see that, or I can give you PPT also. Don't worry. Okay. So this emotional disturbance, our middle part of the brain will work and lower part of the brain will work. Upper part of the brain will not go at all. So which part of your brain working every day? Instinct, emotion. Of course, we no longer live in a forest, right? We no longer live in a forest. The situations are not dangerous. In forest, any small thing happens, you lose your life. Here, don't you lose your life, but you lose your mind actually. Anything can happen in life. So, please understand, human brain is not designed for comfort. Human brain is designed for survival. Understand? Our human system, survival is the primary thing. We have to survive. Our entire system, nervous system, is designed for survival. And for survival, what is the key? Fear is the key. So our entire life is driven by fear, even though we don't live in that circumstance. See, any input, right? Five senses, some input comes from outer world, or input comes from the memories in the form of thoughts, stories, memories, imagination, and judgment. These inputs come to the brain. Brain is the computer. Okay? At every moment, the brain either can process through our emotional brain or instinct brain. It doesn't even go to logical brain. Sense inputs come, it straight go to emotional brain, or it goes to lizard brain. Why? First we have to analyze, is it a threat? If it is a threat, first question, any input in the world to outer world, the brain asks is it dangerous for me? Any input. Because brain's main job is to protect you. Understand? It even the a person who known person comes. Okay. First main question, is there a threat? Threat person or emergency is always first response. 24 hours a day. So first it will question, is it a threat? Now this need not be just from sense in outer world. It can be memory, thoughts, right? Is it a threat? Yes. Immediately Sympathetic nervous system, I told you earlier, sympathetic nervous system is reactive nervous system. Heartbeat will increase, blood pressure will increase, okay, your adrenaline gland starts pumping, and panic will start. For some people, panic is little bit less. For some people, panic is very high. No, it's not a threat. Then immediately, parasympathetic nervous system is calming nervous system, relaxing. Immediately you relax. Now, wow, what next to do? The human brain works. The logic works. Reasoning works. Is it clear? So when I'm using the brain, I'm using the brain in as the mind. The mind uses the brain. So it's easier for us to understand the brain rather than the mind. In Vedanta, we typically use manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, but I'm using a more concrete term called brain here. Because finally they have to operate through brain. So now, coming back to our good old picture, where is the fear? The fear is always about the future. Right? Fear is always about the future. Anxiety, worry, right? Whereas the past is about guilt, regret, grievances, sadness, bitterness, non-forgiveness. Now, the past is always recorded in memory. The future is imagined or projected, predicted. Right? So some thought comes from memory. Some past thought. Immediately our human brain should ask, what should I do? What is the question it will ask? Is it dangerous? Then immediately fear response will start. Anxiety will start. Again thought chain will start. Human brain should see past inputs and say, oh, okay, it happened past. Don't worry, nothing to worry about future. But already it takes the input, it thinks about the future, what will happen to me in future, creates into fear, and then it goes to animal brain and lizard brain. Are you living in the present moment? Now, human brain is given to us to live in the present moment. Make a proper decision in the present moment. Do you do it? This happens everywhere. In case, including the office, including the very, very friendly environment, also we do this processing goes on in our brain. So is this clear to all? Anybody has a question? Are we human or are we animals living in the human body? If your life is driven by fear, you are primarily human, animal. Life is driven by fear and emotions. It's an animal life in a human body. We are not come to the human part at all. Reasoning, thinking. Reasoning and thinking, we use it for fear, projection of the fear. What will happen to me in the future? So what is there? See, you have to understand what happens in case of our brain. So from a lizard brain, lizard has to fight or flight in the given present moment, not in the past or not in the future. Then it brings to mammalian brain. So compared to lizards, mammals are more organized as a community. So some emotions are there. Raga, dvesha is there. Love and hatred is there. So in this emotional mammalian brain, some memories are required. Okay, memories for instantly responding. See as a person is okay or not okay. Instant raga, dvesha. Whereas in human brain, the further storage has happened. Recording is happening. This event is recorded on such and such date for future reference. I'm saying their memory compared to our memory, their memory is designed for responding immediately. Use the memory for immediate response, survival, immediate survival. Whereas human beings use the memory for future survival. So yesterday something happened. After 10 years, what should I do? That processing can be done with the human brain. Prevention. Right? So this is what happens in case of, that's how nature has evolved our nervous system. The question here now is, what is our life? The entire spiritual evolution is from animal life to human life to a divine life and transcending life. That's why the yoga system gives a lot of importance to the spinal cord, lizard brain, and midbrain, emotional brain, to overcome the animal instincts, vasanas and samskaras coming from the animal life. Right? The spinal cord breathing I taught you can help you to get rid of that deep-rooted impressions. So anybody has a question on Zoom? Email, WhatsApp messages. We see some small insect. Then what's our response? What happens to us? Am I calm? Am I conscious? Or am I stressed out? Every time some trigger comes, nervous system has to respond. Sympathetic or parasympathetic. Sympathetic means mind is calm. Parasympathetic means, parasympathetic means mind is calm. Sympathetic means stress response. Throughout the day, is stress building in our life? So when we say stress in life, constantly we are reacting to life using our lower brain. How can we start learning to live consciously? Can we learn to live with awareness? So that requires retraining our nervous system and mind. This is what we call as spiritual practice. To retrain our nervous system and brain for the present moment, not stress response. How can you do that? So we have to strengthen our neurological paths in the nervous system to focus on the present moment rather than past or future. Gently become aware of your breath, in breath and out breath. The breath touches some part of the nose. Do not worry about the full length of the breath. Just be aware of the breath, where it is touching inside your nose. At one place, the breath touches, in-breath touches, and at another place, out-breath touches. Just be aware of that. In that way, you can bring your mind to the present moment. So we have to train our nervous system to be in the present moment. The breath and body is in the present moment. Bring the awareness to the breath. Observe the breath touching the nose. Every time breath touches, there's a sensation in the nose. The sensation is temporary, appears and disappears. Just stay in the present moment, understanding very well all sensations are temporary. So this understanding that all sensations are temporary retrains our nervous system to look at various situations in life appearing and disappearing. The threat perception comes down, mind starts relaxing. Since everything is temporary, I understand everything is temporary and mithya. I can learn to be in the present moment without causing a panic reaction or fearful reaction over the future. Stay with the breath. With a clear understanding, every sensation is temporary. Every input to the body-mind complex is temporary. Rising and falling. Moment to moment. Every moment. Sensations rise and fall. I am the witness of these sensations. I am not affected by anything happening in the outer world. I am the witness, Sakshi. Sensation change. The outer world response changes. Thought changes. But I am the unchanging witness of these. I am unaffected. So this understanding has to go deeper and deeper in our mind. Otherwise, we keep reacting to every situation in life. So basically, observing the breath is a learning process about my own nature. I am Sakshi, the witness. Everything which is happening in the body-mind complex is temporary. The witness is not affected. So this understanding goes deeper. The nervous system changes. It helps us to remain in the present moment. Observing the breath or observing sensation in the body or any meditation practice in a way, retraining our mind and nervous system to remain calm by understanding that I am the Sakshi, I am the witness. Witness is not affected by any circumstance in life. Hold on to the thought that I am the witness. Stay silently, calm, peaceful. Anything happening? Any thoughts coming? Any sensations coming? Just observe, don't react. In this way, the reactive part of the nervous system, the lower brain, remains calm, our reasoning, human brain works properly when you stay as a Sakshi, the witness. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanannane Shivoham Shivoham Shivoham. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Slowly open your eyes. Anybody has a question? Is the process of meditation clear to you? The first part of the meditation, the primarily is focused on reactive mechanism of your brain. Calm down. How do you stop the reactive mechanism of brain? How? What happens? You are shifting your identity to I am Sakshi. I am Sakshi is a thought. Right? I am Sakshi is a thought. So what happens to the brain, nervous system? See, the meditation process is mainly primarily first understanding I am Sakshi. So if you look at here in this picture, the brain gets input from sense organs. Okay. Also it gets input from the thoughts. Right. So any input from the sense organs, immediate thought will rise. Some memory will come up. So in memory, instead of any thought coming up, I am holding on to a thought called I am Sakshi. I am the witness. And what is the nature of Sakshi? Nothing happens to me. Any changes can happen, but nothing happens to the consciousness, awareness. So now this thought and this thought input, what will brain evaluate now? What will brain say? Is it a threat? Somebody comes and puts a gun to your head. It's a threat. But in the mind, I'm holding a thought called I am Sakshi. So then what happened to you? Is it a threat or no threat?
It will get confused.
You don't get confused.
Real input is something.
I'm saying that ultimately you train your nervous system not to get confused. That's what meditation is about. So the meditation practice, as people meditate for a longer period of time, their nervous system changes. So any input coming from the external world, first input is I am Sakshi will come. That gives you importance. Because ultimately threat evaluation is for me. Is it threatening me? So your understanding of life is what? I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the complex, I'm not the intellect. I'm consciousness, Sakshi. So then what is the decision of the brain? Nothing happens, okay. Understand? So more and more, the nervous system, when I say brain, it's actually the mind, gets adapted to perceiving any situation in life as neutral, not threatening. This is the meaning of hold the thought called Sakshi. Is it clear? Understood? Anybody on Zoom has a question? Is it clear the process of meditation? What exactly we are trying to do? Anybody? Narsimurthy?
Yes, Prabhuji. As I understand, here we are trying to earlier we used to get identified completely with that thought alone, that single thought, which used to rise based on the reaction. I mean, based on the trigger that came in. Now we are trying to spawn one more thought, so that now two thoughts are existing, and the second thought being the observing thought or sakshi bhava. The thought that is raised by the trigger gets a space.
It gets ignored because for Sakshi,
Yeah.
Sakshi,
Yeah.
the witness, everything else is happening is irrelevant. It's just an observer.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So instead of identifying with what's happening,
Yes.
you become observer of what's happening.
Yes.
In the process, what will happen? Your further processing will stop. The panic,
Yes.
the fear, anxiety will stop.
And the intensity gradually fades, and this Sakshi takes the precedence. That entire thing is taken over by the Sakshi thought.
Why a person who is evolved and spiritual is very calm any situation in life.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Kanti, is it clear to you, Shravan?
Yes, Guruji. And one more had one clarification I get, Guruji. See, over a period of time, you will have practiced this. And if you leave that practice of calming down, then it again comes back. Do we go back or is it not sufficient?
Yes, my dear Kanti.
Yes,
Do you know how to drive any vehicle?
yes, Guruji.
Which vehicle?
Two-wheeler.
Two-wheeler, right? So you don't drive for 1 year, then what will happen to you?
I still remember, Guruji.
Still you can just ride it, no? So once you teach your nervous system deeply, you don't need to practice or don't practice, doesn't matter. Is your question answered?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
This is exactly like driving. It's exactly like cooking. Once you learn deeply enough, it will trigger any point of time. Yes, Shravan?
So is it also like as an Atma, I was identifying myself with part of my mind, and now I'm fully identified with my mind, and therefore I'm able to be a witness.
Not clear. What is fully identified mind means what?
That means now I know the I take into consideration not only the reptilian and the emotional brain, but also the full brain, and therefore I'm able to stick to the I'm the witness thought.
Correct. So basically, enlightenment or freedom, liberation means being aware of the entire functioning of the mind, right?
Yeah, that's the mindfulness.
Okay. Now, with this process, we are becoming aware of the total mind, our unconscious mind or reptilian brain, emotional brain, and consciously we are holding on to thought called I am Sakshi. Right? You are becoming free from the unconscious part of you, or not reacting to unconscious part of you.
Okay.
Is it clear? You are not identifying, but you are becoming aware. See, there is a difference between identifying and becoming aware. Becoming aware is Sakshi.
Okay.
Now, please understand the Sakshi or witness is not another identity in the brain. The Sakshi or witness, you have understood I am Sakshi. How? By proper reasoning, by Vedantic reasoning, you have understood I am Sakshi. You're not holding on to another thought. another identity. You have understood real identity is Sakshi. That's because you have to create a thought initially. Why do I say Sakshi Bhava? Because initially in the training process, you have to hold a thought called Sakshi Bhava. After that, it's not required.
Okay, Prabhuji, this is clear.
Vedantic logic, you have to tell you, I am Sakshi. Becoming clear. For some time, you need a thought. After that, you don't need a thought. It's like while swimming, you need a tire for some time. After that, you don't need. While cycling, you need somebody to hold on to you for some time. That way, we need a thought. The Vedantic meditation is holding on to a thought which will help me to get rid of thought finally. That's why that holding on to thought is called Sakshi Bhava. In the Sakshi Bhava, you're holding on to a thought called I am Sakshi. I am Sakshi is not an identity. I am Sakshi is my reality. After that, I am Sakshi thought also is not required. After you practice. Are we clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. This is very clear. Thank you.
Right? You understood Sakshi Bhava and Sakshi difference, right?
Yes.
You are the witness actually. Really, you are the witness. But your nervous system or brain is telling you, I am the body, I'm so and so, I am mind, all those things. That's the memory record. So that has to be countered with the Sakshi Bhava, thought.
Okay.
After some time, that Sakshi Bhava thought is not required because the nervous system has reconfigured itself for Sakshi.
Okay.
When nervous system is reconfigured means the mind is also structured. Mind is also reconfigured.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Of course, there are two things here. You have to say, I am Sakshi. So you have to give the input to the mind. Okay, input to the nerve. When you are observing something, it is not just an observation. What are you observing? Any sensation in the body, any thought is rising and falling. Nothing permanent is happening. So Mithya nature you are observing. And Satya nature I am Sakshi is holding. Satya and Mithya you are holding. So that has to change your mental behavior, mental pattern. Yeah. See, rewiring of the brain happens, right? Does it happen when you when you learn to drive a car? Okay. What happened to you when you drive? You don't know where the gear is, where the accelerator is. You're very consciously trying to do. Okay. So it's very difficult. But after practice, now anywhere you go, your conscious mind can work somewhere, but whole nervous system is programmed for driving the vehicle. You don't have to think. So what has happened? Your nervous system is reprogrammed for driving. Isn't it? It's a simple thing which you have learned. Your nervous system is reprogrammed with Sakshi Bhava to react, not to react in light. It's as simple as driving a motorbike or cycle or a car. Same principles apply. Dr. Kevin, do you agree? You are a doctor. I'm not a doctor.
Yes, Guruji. I agree. Yes, Guruji.
So, basically, first level of spiritual practice is you have to retrain our nervous system not to react to situational life. By having, say, understanding, I am Sakshi, witness. Very clear? Then you have to say, witness is Brahman. Simple. Shall we go to next? Shall we want a break? Yes, Purnima, any questions?
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Hari Om.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು.
Clear ತಾನೆ?
So the earlier the beginning sessions of ShaktiDarshana, we started with what am I. Now we have landed with who am I. I think it's wonderful.
No, actually, in what am I, I'm trying to address the life. So
I'm energy anta ಆಯ್ತು ಅವಾಗ. I'm energy.
I'm energy, right? But
Yeah.
still the day-to-day problem is not solved. So something is happening, I get stressed out. Okay. The people always come and say, I have understood Vedanta, I have understood Brahman, I have understood everything, I can write an exam, but still my life has not changed.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Why
Correct.
your life changed? Because your nervous system is still conditioned with the old programs.
Right.
You have to rewrite the old program to face life. The rewriting
Yes.
the old program in your life is called I am Sakshi. The Vedantic teaching has to go deeper into you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right?
Got it.
Otherwise, it will be conscious level.
Mm.
So it's like almost like saying,
Yeah.
I want to drive a car. Okay, I give you instruction to drive a car. This is the steering wheel, this is the accelerator, this is the brake. Oh, I understood how to drive a car. But still I can't drive a car. Because I have not applied it, no. I have to apply it, no. My nervous
Correct.
system, whole mind has to learn it, no.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. We have to understand the energy also.
Okay. So this is where this whole ShaktiDarshana is to application in life.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Our behavior pattern, energy patterns.
Yes. Yeah.
Shaila, any questions? So we'll go to next session.
Prabhuji, I have one very basic question. This is Narsimurthy Prabhuji.
Okay, please ask.
This question is regarding the ignorance itself.
Okay.
So, since my birth, I mean, by the time I started understand things,
Mhm.
it is mostly because of the ecosystem or surrounding in which I born and brought up, and
Everything.
everything, yes, and maybe past deeds may also be, but my behavior is or conditioning is purely based on the environment in which I have been raised.
Absolutely.
So,
So,
my living was merely inference based. Like
here your life was mainly condition based, conditioning.
inferencing. I mean, inference meaning how my father reacted for a particular situation, anger, how my friends, close friends, and the people around me reacted.
Social
So,
condition.
this is actually conditioning, right?
Right.
So,
So entire our life is social conditioning. That's all. Nothing else.
yeah, so conditioned by the society.
Correct.
So the inherent property of the brain is conditioning, deconditioning, and reconditioning.
Deconditioning, not reconditioning, deconditioning.
Deconditioning. So in the case of Advaita, this reconditioning is being used to put that the abstract information there. In spite of my compulsive living, this knowledge raises a thought along with reactive thought. May I say this way, Prabhuji?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, can you repeat last sentence?
The good reconditioning, I mean, knowledge reconditioning that I gain from Advaita, that actually, along with every, as you rightly said, upon keep on doing practice, the compulsive living that I used to do, along with this compulsive living will keep on coming up, and at the same time, in the background, along with that, this knowledge triggers another.
Your adnana, the knowledge triggers the knowledge removes the adnana. Like one thought destroys the other thought.
Yeah. Yeah, Prabhuji.
Correct?
Yes.
So basically, all thoughts are mithya. Okay?
Yes.
But one mithya thought is cancelling the other mithya. But this mithya thought that I am Sakshi is a higher thought.
Yes.
It's like removing a thorn. If you want to remove a thorn, you have to, another thorn is required. Once
Yes.
you remove the thorn, the thorn is not required. Like that, all other junk thoughts, which is a society program which has happened to us, will remove the thought, I am Sakshi, Vedantic thought.
Yes. Very.
After that, even I am Sakshi thought is not required.
Yes.
Thorn needs to be removed.
Yes.
You are not reconditioning it, you are unconditioning it.
Yes. So both the thorns are gone. Both of them are not. Yes.
For example, right now, you have so much deep-rooted thought that I am a man or I am a woman. You don't have to
Yes.
think about it.
Yes.
So similarly, I am Sakshi thought will become deep-rooted, so you don't have to think about it. Then I am Brahman thought will become deep-rooted, you don't think about it. You can have your normal life. That's called Sahaja Samadhi.
Yes, Prabhuji, I got it. So now I can appreciate the Tan, removing the Tan, what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says.
Right.
I can really appreciate that now.
Basically, what Ramana Maharshi has said, what Shankara has said, I'm trying to give some modern context for you. Make you understand more with the ideas like brain and all.
Yes, Prabhuji, I can appreciate it now. So well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it clear? Any questions? Please understand, it is exactly like driving a car. I have shown many times.
Guruji, audio is muted.
So, a spiritual practice, once you understand the principles, it becomes very simple. Otherwise, it's all magic. Something happening. It's not logic, it's not magic. It's a pure, clear understanding of what's happening within us, which will help us.
So maybe that's the reason in Kannada there is a saying called Kaliyovarage Brahma Vidya, Kalit Mele Kapi Vidya.
That's all. Right? See, I have to understand, please understand. These people who go through spiritual journey, right? There's no background of what is happening inside. Okay, they're just figuring out all ways, going to Himalayas, going to sitting in a calm place, trying to do something without understanding the mechanism of what is happening inside. Understand? So by profession, I am an engineer. So I always try to understand what is happening at engineering level. This is my journey. I have to understand exactly what's happening, then I can solve the problem. Otherwise, it's a black box. I can't solve the problem.
I have one more question.
Yes.
This is regarding the observation and Sakshi. See, in case of observation, there is a motive. Being an observer, there is a motive. I mean, the thought has a motive, and it tries to observe another entity, another object. So is observation observation may not have the motive, but the observer will have a motive.
See, the observer is nothing but your consciousness, which is reflected in your body. It's called Chidabhasa.
Yes, that I understood.
The guy who is going through trouble in life is Chidabhasa.
Yes.
So, who is suffering? Ultimately, Chidabhasa, which is in totality the Sakshi. Jivatma is suffering.
Illusion is suffering.
Right?
Yes.
Chidabhasa is suffering. Means consciousness identified in my body is suffering. Correct, no?
To be precise, stored information is suffering.
No. Information cannot suffer. The conscious entity can suffer.
No,
Because
stored information which is got illumined by the Chaitanya is suffering.
See, basically, we have to say the conscious entity suffers. It will use some memory, it will get trapped in the memory, it will identify the body and get suffer.
Yes, Prabhuji, got it.
So now, that entity is doing sadhana. Sakshi or Atma doesn't do sadhana.
Yes.
So that entity says, that entity is a motivation. I have to get rid of the suffering.
Yes.
So the teaching is for that entity that you are the observer, you are Sakshi.
Yes.
Okay? The observer has become identified with the body-mind complex.
Yes.
The observer has to be told, okay, you are Sakshi, my dear. You are not a body-mind complex, you have to be told. The observer has a motive to observe.
Oh, okay.
To get rid of suffering.
Okay. Essentially, the teaching is for the buddhi to kill the ahankar.
No. The teaching is for Jivatma, which is identified with the buddhi.
Okay.
The package. Right?
Yes.
Atma cannot understand anything without buddhi. And buddhi itself is an instrument. Together, this package is understanding.
Yes, Prabhuji. Got it.
Okay. Shall we go to next topic?
So may I say initially it will be an observation. Later it becomes Sakshi. There is.
No, you are always Sakshi.
Yes.
You cannot become Sakshi. You are always Sakshi. The Chidabha is nothing but reflection of Sakshi only.
Okay. So from Abhasa to Bhasa, I mean, it becomes that.
What is?
It is. What I was trying to say was, it is always there, but that was covered by something. That covering is taken out.
It is always there, Nrishubhurti.
Yes,
Sakshi
yes.
is always there. So what happens is we overpower with social conditioning.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right?
Yes.
Intuitively, always feel I am.
Yes.
Nobody has to teach you I amness.
Yes.
I exist, I am aware, we know.
Yes.
We superimpose the social conditioning on that.
Yes.
So all that we are trying to do is remove the social conditioning. The real I am shines.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Are we clear?
Yes. If that control was given to me, the so-called me, I would not have lived for 50 plus years. But
Which control? Why?
Whatever conditioning was, if that Sakshi, the real Sakshi wasn't there, once in a while I used to become aware. So this whole life would have become chaos for me.
Oh yeah, when deep inside you know, no?
Yes,
deep
yes.
I am, no? That's
Yes.
called intuition. Intuitively we know.
Yes, yes.
But what happens is perception we are superimposed on that.
Yes.
So the perception if you remove, intuitive a perception is called approkshana buddhi.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to the next topic. Let's go. What? So let us go to the next topic called emotions. What is this emotions business? I told you every time a brain has to make a judgment, right? The fear, survival or not survival. So the moment brain makes a judgment, it's favorable or unfavorable. The brain will send some chemicals to various parts of the body. Some reactions to happen. So these chemicals are called molecules of emotion. So fear has to be excited, some chemicals will. So that the chemicals will flow through the nervous system. As our feelings change, peptides, something called peptides, travel throughout our body. Our body is a chemical factory. Continuously it generates chemicals. So our chemistry gets changed every moment within the body. Are you biology or chemistry? I don't know. We think we are a biology. In fact, we are chemistry. All our emotions are chemistry only. All right. So completely changes happen in the body, nervous system. The moment brain senses a fear, something. Brain says, oh, nothing, no fear, something will happen. And it happens all rapidly. Okay. So all emotions, right? Anger, fear, jealousy, hatred, love. So these create some molecules in our body. All our emotions are nothing but chemical reactions in our body. Does it make you feel good or bad? Are you a human being? We thought, oh, what do you think? I'm a human being. The moment we say human being, we think that emotions is human being. Emotions is not a chemical reactions in the body. What makes you human being is not emotions. The being aspect, which is consciousness. Enta manshapa, what kind of a person he is. He has no emotions. So emotions we think as a human being, emotions is nothing but biochemical reactions in the body. Real human being is the being part, which is consciousness, Sakshi, Atma. So this lady wrote a book on molecules of emotion. This lady was a famous doctor. She was a doctor in one of the hospitals in America. She took a maternity leave for childbirth. At the time of maternity leave, what happens is women go through a lot of emotional changes. Biochemical changes happens, emotional changes happens within the body mind complex. She was going through turbulence, up and down emotionally. Okay. She didn't know what's happening. She thought she's a doctor, very intelligent, very smart, but she was going through a lot of emotional turbulence. Then she did research and found out that all emotions are biochemical reactions within the body. At the time of pregnancy, so many biochemical reactions happen. So it changes the emotions. Our problem is not emotions, biochemical reactions, because we identified the emotions. Sakshi has identified, the Chidabhasa has identified the emotions. That is the problem. Emotions, body is like its nature is to create chemicals. But why do you identify with that? That's the problem. So she wrote a book called Molecules of Emotions. So now you know, if you're angry, whom to blame? Which chemical you find out?
But we have also this called the chemicals of happiness. Dopamine.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll come to that, right? So basically, now right now, speaking of disturbed conditions. Happiness you can have, no? Don't worry, no? Huh? You are worried about that? Okay. So now the problem with the emotions for us, emotions have two ways of either suppress the emotion or express the emotion. If you express the emotion, it will explode. Not only you will explode, other people also will explode you. If you suppress the emotion, it's like a bomb, ticking bomb. Sometimes it will explode. Right? Where is it? So to express or to explode, only two choices you have in life. So what do you choose? So somebody has told us, right? You have to pour out your emotions. So you have to empty it out. So we go and pour out on some poor fellow. that poor fellow, his emotions will change now. His molecules will change. So, suppression and expression is the only choice we had in life. But I'll give you third choice. What is that? Transcend. I'll come to that. Okay? You can transcend that. You can change the behavior of your nervous system by meditation. You can transcend the emotions. Now, suppose you suppress the emotion, then what happens? These are all things will happen in your body. Each part of the body will get some effect. Right? Anxiety is mostly in the stomach area. Fear is in the stomach area. Grief is in the heart area. Anger is in the throat area. Stress is in the head area. So now tell me, which area is affected in your life? So what will happen is, any emotion rises, okay, action has to happen, right? What is the purpose of emotion? Emotion is to create action. So fear, in case of a forest animal, fear means action immediately. The chemicals will be produced, run, 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 run. But now you are not a forest animal, you are a city living animal. So your boss is coming, fear is rising, but run, run, run is not possible. The brain is sending signal, run, 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 but you are not able to run. Huh? You have to stay there only. Now the brain is sending signal, oh, it's a tension, fear, but your face has to have smile. Suppression. So now what will happen when the energy gets suppressed? The emotion is the energy. It becomes various diseases in the body. It gets blocked everywhere. Energy flow gets affected. So all sorts of pain will start. Have you seen how flexible is the body of a child? The body of the child is very, very flexible. Okay? But as we become old, there's a wear and tear, one wear and tear of the body, plus many parts of our body becomes inflexible. Flexibility is gone. Why? The energy gets blocked there, stored there in various ways. So that's where Hatha Yoga helps you. In India, every system of yoga is designed to help you in some way. The Hatha Yoga tries to relieve that stress buildup or emotion buildup in that part of the body. Energy blockages. Okay? So let us look at this way. This emotional hijacking happens in our life. Okay? What happens? Situation is there. There's some situation in life. You get input from sense organs. Once you get inputs from sense organs, our emotional brain will come into picture. Why? You have to evaluate its fear or whether it's dangerous for us, not dangerous. If it is not dangerous, if it's dangerous, evaluate it as dangerous, immediately it will trigger into action. Some chemical reaction will start. No decision. Thinking doesn't work. Huh?
Yeah.
But really what should happen? A situation happens, our senses take the input, it goes to the emotional brain, you are able to calmly observe what's happening and take a decision and action. So you heard of emotional hijacking? Say a situation happens in our life. Okay, input comes to emotional brain. Is it fear? Is it favorable unfavorable, fight or flight. If it is fear, our thinking brain is not working. Okay, emotional brain will direct our reactions, not even action. All chemicals are is produced, adrenaline is produced in the body. It's called emotional hijacking. So what should be normal thinking? Situation happens. It comes to emotional brain. Our thinking brain says, wait. Nothing is dangerous. You are a Sakshi. You are not Atma. You are Brahman only. Okay? No fear. Nothing happens to Brahman. Nothing happens to Sakshi. So emotional brain will not do overreact now. Input comes to thinking brain. Now clear thinking happens. Then action will happen. Rational or real thinking happens. Then action will happen. So this is where we are moving from a reaction to life to action-based life. This is the purpose of various sadhana, various yoga, Kriya Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, or Karma Yoga, from emotional hijacking of life to rational living. So, there's a prescription here, solution here. Suppression is not a solution. Explosion is not a solution. You have to transcend it. The devotion, bhakti, and give a break. There are two solutions given by spiritual teaching. To come out of emotional disturbance, the devotion is very important. Why the devotion is important, we'll tell you. Or transcend it. Through jnana, you can transcend either devotion or transcendence. Both will help to become free from emotional disturbance. Devotion helps you come out of commotion of emotion. Commotion is disturbance. Or you can transcend. I'm Sakshi, I'm Brahman. Then you can transcend. Both are solutions. Expression is not a solution. Explosion is not a solution. So, is it clear to all? Anybody has a question? Next session, right? I'm giving a solution here. What exactly is required, I'll tell you. So, how does the devotion help? Because devotion is love. All emotions are absence of love. Okay? Love is the root of all emotions. So, if you are able to develop love, emotions will come down. I'll tell you how. So, Narsimurthy, clear?
Prabhuji, about devotion. Devotion is a solution. Is it because I am completely surrendering? I am meaning the illusionary.
How does the devotion help? It will be next presentation.
Oh, okay.
I'm just right now giving an appetizer.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Right?
Sorry.
How does the devotion work? We'll find out. Okay. So devotion means actually is love. Okay. And only love is there, devotion is there. So what is it? How the devotion helps? I'll find out in next session. Okay. So Purnima, Kevin, Kanti, any questions?
No, Guruji.
No, Guruji.
Okay.
No, Guruji, no.
Okay. So we'll give a 15 minutes break and we'll come back. Now it's 11:38, 11:40. We'll come back at 12 o'clock. Okay. Shall we?
No, Ananda. Ananda finished from the. Green tea, ordinary tea, oil college. But you know, it's- also, you know,
So everybody's back. Shall I start? Narsimurthy, Kevin, Mala.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, another 4 minutes will start because it's 11:56, 12 o'clock will start.
I'm laughing at the drama part.
Huh?
I'm laughing at the
You
drama
make a
part.
drama. What drama? Big drama you can make. As long as you're conscious about drama, it's fine. If you're unconscious about drama, it will become trauma.
Yeah,
I tell you. I told him this story.
yeah. Detailed oceans.
I remember. I just remember.
That because you have to expand it, right?
No, I mean, I don't remember where I remembered. Just give that summary and ask ChatGPT to expand it to 200 lines. It'll do that. It'll add some masala. One minute, one more minute.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ.
ಬಿಸಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಕಷಾಯ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕುಡಿದ್ರ ಗುರುಜಿ? ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಂಗಿದೆ.
ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಅದೇ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿದ್ರ, ಟೀ ಕುಡಿದ್ರ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಷಾಯ ಕುಡಿದ್ರ?
ಟೀ ಕುಡ್ದೆ.
ಹಾ,
ರಾತ್ರಿಯಿಂದ ಜ್ವರ.
ಅದು ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಳ್ಳಕೆರೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅದ್ರದ ಇರ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಯಾವ್ದೊಂದು ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ತಿಂದೆ.
ಗುರುಜಿ ಚಳ್ಕೆರೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಚಳ್ಳಕೆರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್.
ಪಾಪ ಚಳ್ಳಕೆರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣ.
ಚಳ್ಳಕೆರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಚಳ್ಳಕೆರೆ ಬೈಬಾರ್ದು.
ಅದೇ ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನೀರು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಇವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಏನ್ರಿಪ್ಪ ಅದು?
ಗುರುಜಿ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೋ ನೈಸ್ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ. ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Okay, we'll start now. See, are you this thing, Gayatri? So started. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm teaching you why to do. You know more about your car, more about your scooter than more about your mind and body. I'm just trying to bring awareness about your mind and body so that you can operate that instrument properly. That's all. Nothing else. The spirituality people have associated a lot of magic, miracle and all. For me, it's simple engineering logic. Let us go to next session. We'll go to the next session called devotion. What is devotion? Devotion we call as bhakti in Kannada, in Sanskrit. What exactly it means? So there's a story in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So we have to understand the two twin polarity of our life, love and fear. The fear is the basic driver. Love is the other polarity. Raga, Dvesha, love and fear. So Yajnavalkya had two wives called Katyayani and Maitreyi. So I'll tell you the story of Katyayani and Maitreyi. So in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, both will come in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Fear arises from some sense of duality. Dvaitam, duality is cause of fear. The duality is the cause of any fear in life. Okay. So Yajnavalkya was a sage, Gnani. At some point of time, he wanted to leave and take sannyas ashram. He had two wives, Katyayani and Maitreyi. Katyayani, he divides the property between two of them. You take this much, take this much. I'm going to take sannyasa. Then Maitreyi, the second wife, she asks him, this property, does it give me anything eternal? Does it help me really? What will I do with this property? So that's a very famous teaching in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atma reva drishtavyam shrotavyam mantitavyam. Oh Maitreyi, only thing which people have to, only thing, eternal thing in anybody's life is Atma, the self. Everything is temporary, mithya. Atma reva drishtavyam. You have to recognize the self. Shrotavyam, listen to that, listen to the Atma teaching about self-knowledge, Atma-dnana. Mantavyam, contemplate on that. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, you do on the Atma, that alone can save you. Nothing else can save you. Everything is temporary. Drashta means realize. Drashta means see. To see is to be, Atma. Atma reva shrotavyam mantitavyam drashtavyam. This is the famous teaching of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So, Yajnavalkya tells his wife Maitreyi, only contemplate, listen about Atma and contemplate, manana and nidhyasa, meditate. Everything else is just a waste of life in life. Waste of life. So most of the people, other than that, they do everything else in life. Right? My only job is this. So continuously, I only contemplate Atma anytime. I contemplate Atma and I contemplate how to teach to people in a simple way. That's all I do. How to make it more simple? How to make it more simple? So, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Yajnavalkya continues teaching to Maitreyi. Oh Maitreyi, he asks her, do you love me? Maitreyi says, yes sir, yes, I love you. Yajnavalkya says, husband does not love wife for the sake of wife. He loves wife for the sake of himself. The wife doesn't love husband for the sake of husband. The wife loves the husband for the sake of herself. All our love is only for the self. I love my husband. Why? Because husband can give some happiness and security for you. It's for yourself, not for the sake of husband. Whom do you love more? I love my children. So the my is there. If my is there, all children, you don't love any children. So it is related to you. And why you love children? If you love children, if they are happy, you are happy. Ultimately, my happiness, it makes a difference. So all our love is for the self only. Is it true? So it's called selfishness. Anything we do in life for myself, mera, mera, mera. So Yajnavalkya tells Maitreyi, everything in life is for, we do only for self. You eat food, hungry, then you feel satisfied, right? Happy. Because any action you do in life is for the sake of happiness. Whose happiness? My happiness. Happiness is my nature. So love, what we say, is for really for happiness, because happiness is my nature called Ananda. Everything is pointing to my happiness only. So now the problem here, Yajnavalkya tells Maitreyi, people love self only. But nobody has inquired what is real self. We are always loving a false self called body, false self called mind, false self called intellect. We have illusion of self. If you inquire really, then what self you call as you is not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. It's a pure consciousness. And that consciousness is present to everybody. Then your self is not selfish. Your self is selfless, means egoless. So then your love is not limited to you. Your love is universal. The universal love is called Divine Mother or God. Now the Divine Mother or universal love is individualized as me, personal love. Only when you understand myself is not limited to the body, the self is present in all. Self is present everywhere. Self is infinite in itself. Then your love becomes infinite. Otherwise, your love is very small. It's called attachment, moha. You start, the love expands. So now, the love is what we call as raga, is opposite of fear, dvesha. Raga and dvesha come together. So these are object based. Attachment, a small a small identification with small thing, and loving that is called moha or attachment, raga. Whereas that becomes infinite, then it transcends that limitation. You come out of raga and dvesha. So the love here we are teaching is coming out of raga, dvesha. It's not about raga, attraction. Raga is limited. Raga means attraction or attachment. Desha means I don't like. So beyond raga and desha is pure love is there. Pure love is possible only when you recognize your true self. Correct? The true self recognition happens in two stages. First, you recognize your true self in the manifest reality as I amness. Then, second level, you transcend that I amness and be pure I. Recognizing the pure self as I amness in me is actually in the manifest level, you identify everything as me, the self, one in all. Then you recognize the real I beyond this one in all. That's called Atma, Paramatma. That's called transcendence. First one is called immanence, and second one is called transcendence. Is it clear? Immanence means in the manifest reality, I recognize oneness. Transcendence means absolute reality, I recognize as myself. So the fear is caused. So far we said everything duality is because of fear. All fear is there. Fear is the driver for life. And root of fear is called duality, Advaita. Advaitam pashyati. Whatever I see as duality, it causes fear. Where I see oneness, there is no fear. Is it clear? The seeing oneness is called love. You feel comfortable in the presence of known people. You feel uncomfortable in the presence of unknown people. So you are related to known people. The relationship I call as a connection, I call as love. Relation. Some relationship. So love makes our mind calm. Separation makes our mind stressed. Dvaita. This is the principle of spiritual life. So if you want to really come out of this animal response, lizard brain and animal brain, then what is called fight or flight has to be replaced with the love. That's why all human beings, 99.9% of human beings, life starts with bhakti. Bhakti in the spiritual path. Bhakti means love. Love to God. Love for God. Bhakti is very closer to people. The love is very closer. They can understand bhakti, love, more than transcendence. Right? Most of the people are associated with love, some kind of love for God. So that's not, is it real love? We'll find out. So Yajnavalkya story you understood? The summary of Yajnavalkya story is, I already told you, the fear is driver for life, survival. Fear is the survival mechanism. Fear arises from the sense of duality. No duality, no fear. Okay? So Yajnavalkya teaches his wife Maitreyi, everybody loves their self. Self as a body, mind and intellect. All actions are driven by selfishness. How do you become selfless? Find out real self. Atma reva drashtavyam shrotavyam mantavyam. So to see Atma. See means to see, to be Atma. To see is to be. So love is not an emotion. We confuse love also as an emotion. Love is not an emotion. Love is a deep-rooted inner feeling for myself. But now love uses a more of a emotion. So a boy loves a girl, boy loves a girl. So that's a chemical reaction. When I use the emotion, it's a chemical reaction. The love which I am speaking here is not a chemical reaction. Love is your nature. All love which you speak in the world, the husband loves wife, wife loves husband, all are some emotional surges, chemical reactions. We are not speaking of that love, right? When your boy says, I love you, the girl, he says, some chemical hormones are produced in my body that I call as love and I love you. That is emotion. Here I am speaking of love, which is your nature. Compassion is different from love. Ultimately, love is your nature, compassion is the expression. So love is your nature. Ultimately, you will only love yourself, nothing else. Nobody loves anybody. What is that self? The pure self. When you recognize your pure self, you love everybody because everybody is that self only. So that love you can find in the child. It's not an emotion, it's a being. Because child is not corrupted by thought processes. The child is serene, equanimous, or rather what you call as Shanti. Child has a peace. And the peace and love go together. Child radiates that. That's why anybody goes near the child, they feel like touching the child, talking to the child. A Dani is also like that. Tranquility and love go together. Here the love is not what I am speaking of, is not a chemical love. Chemical love is a turbulence, raga. The love is more than an emotion. Emotions, all emotions come out from the love or absence of love. So So what we call as Arishadvargas, emotional disturbances. Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsara, Moha, Lobha. Do you understand there is a love which is different from chemical love? Okay? Chemical love is hormone induced. So pure love is not hormone induced. A Gnani lives in pure love. It doesn't go through up and down. A hormonal love will go through up and down. A Gnani is completely always tranquil, equanimous, and then full of love. A child is also full of love. A child is also full of tranquility. But that's not a chemical love, biochemical love. A boy and girl loving each other is biochemical. Oh, I love movies. It's a biochemical because the movies gives you kick. Right? So we are not speaking love as emotion, love as a basic feeling, which is your inborn nature. Is that clear? So now, please understand this emotional disturbance you go through, kama, krodha, mada, matsara, moha, lobha, is all, the root is the love. Please understand. Kama means desire. I desire, I love, I like, I want to have a car. I like a car. Why? Because car gives me happiness. Correct? Happiness to whom? For me. Happiness is my nature. So, having a car increases my happiness. So, the car is pointing to your love. Because you love yourself, that's why you want a car. Right? The deep inside, the feeling is love only for yourself. Of course, it's a misguided love. Myself is body-mind complex. So, kama, desire arises out of love for yourself. Is it clear to you? Yes or no? Now, krodha, anger. I want something. I didn't get it. Then what happened to you? Angry. Now, what is the root here? Again, love for myself. I want something because I love myself. The getting that increases my happiness. Happiness is my nature. I love myself. So that's why I have kama, desire. I didn't get it. Krodha, anger comes secondary. So what is the root? Love for myself. Lobha, I want more of it. I want more and more. Why? I love myself. Moha, I am attached to that. Attached to money, attached to positions, attached to relationships. Because deep inside I love myself. Mada means I have it, nobody else is it. Again, love is the root. Matsarya, jealousy. I want something, but I didn't get it, somebody else got it. I feel jealous. So all your emotional disturbances, the basic, deepest truth is love. Correct? Now the problem with love is you are loving wrong things. You are in love with some wrong things. That's why all these disturbances are coming. Love by itself is not a problem. Loving wrong things is a misery. You are loving your body, you are loving your mind, you are loving your intellect, thinking that it's you. It's not you. You have to recognize your true nature. What is that? Nanu, nanembudu, nanalla, ideha, manabuddhi, nanalla, sachidananda Atma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shiv. Do you have true love? The true love alone is the solution for your life. Understand? The true love is called bhakti, devotion. So, we are two opposite things. One is called fear and it's called love. Fear makes you shrink. Fear is caused by duality. Fear is emotions, thoughts, beliefs. Regret, jealousy, hatred, judgment. All these things are byproducts of fear. A pure love, a fear makes you shrink, become small. And love makes you feel expanded. In love, you expand, in fear, you contract. So, love is about spirituality, and fear is about the world. We look at the world from outside to inside, then there's a fear. If we look at the world from inside to outside, there's love. The fear is about past and future. The love is about now. The feeling of I amness is now. It's not in the future. So, the love and fear are the bipolar dualities. Now, the love which I say here is raga, attachment. Fear is dvesha. But real love is beyond this raga, dvesha. It's your nature. With the unconditional love, right now, love which you have is conditional. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Conditions apply to your love. With unconditional love, the duality dissolves into oneness. In unconditional love, there's no two. There's oneness. The mother and child, they are not two. The love of mother for the child is unconditional. There are no two. I am separate from my child. Where there is unconditional love, there's oneness. But now, many people confuse this oneness with the non-duality. It is not true. Non-duality is transcendence. Oneness is the immanence. The oneness is called bhakti, and non-duality is called transcendence, it's called gnana. The oneness gives you a feel, the duality dissolves. Okay? But still, I am there, other is there. Two is there, but I feel oneness. When two is there only, then I can feel oneness. Non-duality means no two is there. Transcendence. So this is called bhakti, oneness, and this is called mukti. Transcendence is called mukti, liberation. So, awakening of love or prema shakti is the first part of our spiritual journey. That's called bhakti. Your heart has to wake up for the full love. That can happen only when you recognize your true nature. So, what is the solution? Freedom from the commotion of emotions. Devotion is the solution. This is my trademark statement. You want to get free from the commotion of emotions. Devotion is the solution. Bhakti is the solution. So this bhakti means what? First, understanding I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm pure self, Atma. Real me is the I amness. And that I amness is there present in all. Then when I see one in all, there's true love. One in all is called love. So that alone can solve your fear of problem of emotions. No other psychological counseling, nothing can solve your problem of emotions. Only love is the healing. Love is the solution. The feeling of I amness is the healing of the body-mind complex. So that's where you have to understand what is love. Yad bhavam tad bhavayati. Yad bhavayati tad bhavati. Whatever you are constantly thinking of, you become that. This is called bhava samadhi. Yad bhavayati tad bhavati. Means what? Whatever you are thinking, you become that. So day to day, what is your thought every day? Every day, what is our predominant thought? At the time of marriage, you take photo of a boy and girl, young boy and girl. After 25 years, silver jubilee, and after 50 years of marriage, you take the photo. Both the faces will look alike. The wife will be thinking of husband, husband will be thinking of wife. There's no other thinking. Only constantly think of something, you become that. The faces will look alike. Whatever you think, you become that. Have you observed that your behavior and his behavior is all similar? I can observe. There's actually whatever you think constantly, you become that. So think of one in all. The one in all is called Ishvara, God. So if you give a form to the God, then you say only this God is this form and God is not everywhere else. Then also you're thinking of one limit. But still, that gives some changes within you. So that's why love or prema is related to bhava samadhi. Samadhis are two types, jnana samadhi and bhava samadhi. Bhava samadhi involves feeling. Jnana samadhi doesn't involve feeling. Jnana samadhi involves transcendence. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to go into bhava samadhi very often. So bhava samadhi will free you from emotional disturbance. What do you think constantly? Do you think of God constantly? Do you think of Guru constantly? That qualities will manifest in your life. Clear? So now, missed this portion, right? Now, listen carefully. So just to summarize, all emotional disturbances are, the root is love. But wrong love causes this disturbance. Wrong love is called moha. Okay, attachment. Attachment because I am attached to body, I am attached to mind. That's why my love is very limited. And that limited love gives all rest of disturbance. So that's why Sri Shankaracharya says, Tat sangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nicharatvam. Moha has to go. Moha means attachment. Right now my love is attached to my body and mind. It becomes ego or selfish love. So when moha goes, the pure love is there. Attachment goes. So the attachment to the body is cause of all disturbances. In pure love, there's no disturbance. Suffering is there because of moha, not because of pure love. All emotional disturbances are disturbance in pure love. That's why spiritual teaching always says pure love, bhakti is the ultimate. Because bhakti heals you. That's called chitta shuddhi. All these disturbances cause chitta, impurity of chitta. So the fear and love are opposite emotions. Opposite. Now the love here is pure love. The love helps you to expand. Love is expansion feeling. The fear is a feeling of contraction. The fear is duality. Love is oneness. So fear gives rise to all types of thoughts. Guilt, regret, jealousy, emotional disturbance, greed, all those things will come from fear. In love, there is a joy, acceptance, compassion, empathy. Now you ask whether compassion and love are my nature. The love is my nature. When I see myself in all others, then my expression is called compassion. Compassion is how I express my love to others. All absence of chemical disturbances is love. Don't have to worry about it. Then that time, whatever is there is there. So in Gnani, this particular love is all tender. The pure love. No chemical. All other people are chemical addictions. Alcoholics in some way. This is love and so fear is worldview from outside to inside. You look at yourself from outside to inside. So it is called self-consciousness. What will people think of me? What will the world think of me? What can world think of you? The world only can look at you as body and mind. World cannot see what is there inside you, consciousness. Only Guru can see that consciousness. Guru can see only Atma. That's why Guru addresses all the people as Atma Jyotis. He doesn't address as a body and mind. Everybody addresses you as body and mind. So love is from inside to outside view of world. Inside I am self. From as the self I see the world is called love. From outside to inside, the world looks me at as a body and mind, then there's a fear arises. The love is your own inner experience. You are looking at the world. The fear is experience of the object, or the social consciousness you are reflecting on yourself. You are living as a conditioned life. That's called fear. So when self-consciousness is there, the fear arises. I want to speak, but I can't find words. Words will stop because what I'm constantly evaluating myself from the other's point of view. My life is dependent on others. Then I'm a slave of the world. Whereas love is self-awareness. Self-consciousness and self-awareness should be different. Self-consciousness means you are conscious of yourself as the world perceives you. Self-awareness means you are aware of myself as Atma, not the body, not the mind. Self-awareness, there's no fear. So when I speak, right, I speak to 100 people, 10 people, 20 people. I don't feel others. I don't feel I'm talking to others. I'm talking to myself in the form of others. That's why the words flow. There's no thinking. There's no gap here. If you see yourself in others, you're talking to yourself. What is the fear? The moment you say, I'm talking to others, that's the fear. You reflect that fear in you. Is this clear? So there was one Swamiji. He went to Amma. He was a young person at that time, must be about 30s. He had studied in Chinmaya Mission. All Vedas and he has studied. Veda Upanishads and all he studied. So Amritadamai, Mata Amritadamai, he told him, now you go and teach, start conducting Veda Upanishad class in my here. So he goes to Upanishad class. There are all senior Swamijis are there. Somebody is with Amma for 20 years, okay, 25 years. Now he is not able to speak. He's afraid. How can I speak to these seniors? The Amma, he calls me Amma, I can't speak. So many senior people are there. The Amma told him, I didn't tell you to speak to them. In the process of talking to them, you talk to yourself. The all service activity I am giving to you people is not for serving others. The others are only excuse. Actually, you are serving yourself. When you talk in Jnana or AVSC, you are not talking to others. The activity is given for you to talk to yourself. An opportunity is given. If you understand that, you will become free, quota free. So, how is that? Okay, I want to see my face. I want a mirror. Right? Mirror is an instrument, but mirror is just an instrument. I see on there and I correct myself. So in the process of talking to others or people, actually I am talking to myself. My own thought process I am correcting. So there are no others. That's what I'm not told. Is this fear and love clear? See, love is expansion and love is also now. What is love business? The feeling of I amness is love. The deep-rooted feeling of I amness, intuitive feeling of I amness is love. If there's no I amness, there's no love. I amness feeling, I have already told you, right? Thinking and feeling. The I amness in you, if you understand this is my nature in the manifest world, then you start seeing that I amness in everybody. Then you selfishness to selflessness, you expand. So the service of karma yoga means seeing I amness in everybody and I serving myself in the form of others. It's called love. That's called karma yoga. Feeling. Thinking can never give love. Awareness is jnana. Now, in feeling, is there awareness? See, the question is, in thinking, is there awareness? Yes, it's there. Thinking has to be illuminated with Chidabhasa, right? Consciousness. The consciousness has to be there in thinking, feeling, every activity, consciousness has to be there. There's no activity is free from consciousness. So compared to thinking, the feeling is closer to reality. That's what I said. Feeling is healing. Because in feeling, in thinking, there's a duality. Why? Thinking is based on the past data. Thinking is based on the data. Thinking is based on memory. Feeling is now. I feel I am this now. I feel alive now. I can't feel alive tomorrow. So the feeling is what is called love. In thinking, there is awareness. In feeling, there is awareness. Okay. When you go beyond feeling, just pure awareness, the feeling also drop. It's like peeling off the onion. First is thinking, awareness is there. Identified consciousness is there. Then feeling, identified consciousness is there. The feeling, identified consciousness is called love. I amness. Then feeling, identified consciousness becomes awareness. Then feeling also becomes object. I am also becomes an object. Why is the feeling of I amness love? Is a question. So when you say I love my child, what do you love? When you love your child, why do you love your child? Because the child you have given the body. It's your body, a part of your body you have given. Your blood you have given. And probably a lot of your savings also you have given. So whatever you have given to your child. Right? The child is my child. Because your blood is there, your DNA is there, and your money is there, and your future is also there in the child. So we love, we say we love. It's mine, we love. What is mine is called we love. Right? And that comes from a feeling of me. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. So my child is also body, mind, intellect. I love that child. Related. It belongs to me. Right? My car, it belongs to me. My child belongs to me in some way, related to me. So that is called love, a relationship. A conditioned relationship is called love in the social context. So at the center of that is a center called me. Right? And what is this me? If you go to thinking mind, the me says, I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a husband. It'll give you data. Computer will head. This is the computer. It'll give you data. It'll tell a data on for the me. Data, that computer operates on data, memories. And memories always is past now. It's not the present moment. What is the present moment of me? Body is the present moment of me, and the feeling in the body, I amness is the me, real me, consciousness. Consciousness I cannot experience directly. The consciousness is seer. But the consciousness is more closely expressed as I am. So if you go to the core of my feeling, who am I? At the first level, I am the body, I am the husband. That's all social context. Social context is a program, data. So I remove the social context. Then what is there? The body, feeling in the body, feeling of aliveness in the body. If the aliveness is not there, I'm dead body. So that aliveness in me is called I am. So there's no name for that. There's no feeling in this thing. Now, if you stay in the I amness, there's no other, because everybody has I amness. In I amness, I am not separate from me. In I amness, you are not separate from me. In I amness, I am one with everybody. That I amness is what we call as universal consciousness, God, Ishvara. That's why there's a sloka in Bhagavad Gita. Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam prati arjuna tishtati. Ishvara is there in the heart of all living beings. Heart means center. What's your center? Oh, I'm a man is the center? No, I'm a man or I'm a woman is the center for the world, not for you. I'm an engineer is the center for the world, because if you're an engineer, you can do something. I'm a mother is center for your family. But what is your real center? Everywhere you put that I am somebody, I am. That I am is your center. And what is the real I am? Is the aliveness in the body. That aliveness is what we call as Ishvara, present in your body. So now, is it in that aliveness, is it separate? Ant is not separate from me. Elephant is not separate from me. Means that I amness.
The question is, why do you love this? You said the I amness is the
I amness, first of all, first we said always that the first I said the love of the husband is for love for husband for life, or wife is because of not for the husband but for our own sake, our own self. So we love ourselves some way, correct? Is it true? Self is love. Only thing which you love in the world is self. Now, what is that self? As a body, mind, or intellect, or social construct, social identity is different. So why do I love myself? Why do I love myself? That's the question, right? Why do I love I amness or myself? Correct? No? Is it clear? Is the question, right? So in that I amness, there are two dimensions, I and am. I is consciousness and am is existence. Or I is awareness and am is existence. So in my awareness, I have become aware that I exist. That's called amness. So far, I'm not aware that I exist. For example, in deep sleep, you are not aware that you exist. You are the existence itself. You are not become aware of existence. The moment you become aware of existence, you will wake up from the deep sleep. So your existence, your existence, you are objectifying in I-amness. Is it clear? You are saying, when you say I am, you are making a statement that I exist. The pure awareness is making a statement that I exist. So far, it's not aware that it exists in deep sleep. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi or in enlightened liberation, there's no awareness of existence. The moment you become aware of existence is objectified. The question here is, why do I love myself? Right? If you look at yourself, the social me, husband me, wife me, are all secondary. The real me is I am. So why do I love I am? So I am has two dimensions, I and am. I is awareness, am is existence. In deep sleep, I am not aware of I am. In deep sleep, I am not there. I am is not there. Only pure existence is there. So pure existence is my nature. So the moment you become aware of your existence, then you have waken up. So your existence becomes object. Existence is objectified as I am. Correct? No? My existence is objectified as I am. By who? The consciousness. So now, whom do you love? Whom do you love? Whom are you loving? Your existence you are loving. I am in deep sleep is not there. In pure existence is there. And what is the nature of pure existence? Ananda, bliss. Correct now? The moment you become I am, become aware, the bliss disappear because you are I am. That bliss becomes love. The pure in deep sleep, pure awareness is there. Pure existence is there. The moment you become aware of I am, you're coming out of sleep. You're coming out of samadhi. Understand? So now the bliss becomes love. Bliss is love.
Because you define this as absence of subject object.
I'm saying earlier there's no subject object duality.
Yeah.
So now when you become I am, there's no still subject object duality. In your conceptually or I am, that's all. You know what I am, which there's no I am as subject and object. You've forgotten that I am as a subject and object.
It's a level above duality. It's not yet duality.
Yeah, it's not a duality. In reality, it's duality. You have become aware. But you have just become aware that I exist. You're not separate out. So now, what are you love? What you want to get back? Bliss. Now the bliss is no longer same as what you had earlier. Because the moment your I am comes up, you identify the body. So then what happens? Your bliss is practically disappeared. Right? But you want to go back to your nature. What's that? Bliss. I always a craving to go back to my nature, bliss, ananda. Right? You understand or not? So you are more comfortable in ananda, blissful nature, compared to I exist. Existence is actually, the moment you say I exist, you already got a disease called bhavaroga, existential disease. In Sanskrit, bhava means existence. Bhavaroga means to exist is a disease. To know that I exist is a disease. The moment you say I know I exist, something else also exists. Something else also exists. Already you are trapped in Maya.
This identification with whatever has come into existence, the first thing, that identification is called love.
So now you love your existence. I am, your pure I has become I am. I become aware. So the moment I become aware, still it's me only, no? I have become aware of myself.
Things that as me only.
The Brahman has become Ishvara as I am. So now you love yourself because your nature is bliss. You want to always go back to blissful state. Correct? If you love bliss or you want to go back to blissful state, your urge to go back to blissful state to gain your original nature is called love. Constantly there is a pull for you to go back to your original nature. That is called love. I want to regain my nature or I want to stay in my nature. But the problem here is you say I am, but you don't know real I because your real I is not visible. So then you start loving I am. You want to maintain your I am at whatever cost. Anything happens in the world, I have to survive. I have to be there. I have to exist. Only thing I know is I am. I don't know I. Somewhere deep inside I feel that bliss. I know about bliss, but I don't know how to go back there. That only thing is I want to survive life, right? So that's why they did an experiment. Scientists did an experiment. They put a monkey, a mother monkey, in water. A baby is there. Monkey will hold the baby. Then started putting water into a vessel. the water level started rising. So then what happened? The monkey is keeping the baby in his head, trying to save the baby because it's my baby. Right? Then water level rises to come to the neck, nose. Then what mother does? Puts the baby under feet and starts standing on that. I have to survive. Finally, my existence, it makes a difference. I have to exist at any cost. Anything else goes, money goes, power goes. It's okay. Finally, existence. Life is important for me. I hold on to life because that's my existence. Consciousness and existence are not different. But finally, I want to hold on to my nature.
So what's happening when somebody loses power? So
that we'll find. Suicide.
Something else about the side.
No. Suicide I'll discuss later.
No,
so now the next question is that, right? First is we love I am. The love is I am. I love myself. Real love for myself is nothing but love for my nature, which is bliss. But I don't know how to find it.
Is my nature love or bliss?
My nature, real nature is bliss. My real nature is bliss. My real nature is bliss. In that I am not aware of anything. But the moment I become aware of that, the bliss becomes love.
In non-duality it's bliss, in duality it's love.
So in non-duality it's bliss. In duality, it's not in duality. In manifest reality, it's called immanent reality, it's love. That love is called Divine Mother, universal love. The pure awareness is called Shiva, Father. Transcendental reality is called Shiva, Father. Immanent reality is called love. The transcendental reality takes the form of immanent reality, then it becomes love. Are we clear? Not clear. So now, I want to hold on to myself because I don't know how to go back to my real nature. Unconscious, I go back and sleep. Conscious, I don't know how to go back. So I love myself. But I don't know what I am. I identify with my body. Then I try to increase my body size or body, money, position. I keep on building. What I think I am, I try to expand. In the process, I want to expand myself. In the hope.
Expanding
Expanding I am in some way. My child, my family, my job, my position. So the my will come to Vichara. Ahankara and Mamakara will come to Vichara. If you look at real nature of what you are, is life, prana. At any cost, we'll try to survive. Because we don't know real life. Real life, then we'll survival desire also will drop. Right? So that's why people who are not realized, right? For death, for them is very fearful. Because they don't know real life and they're living in a false I. Somehow, the false I can never be satisfied because it cannot get infinite happiness. They know deep inside that I am infinite happiness, but I have not got it. That's why Punarapi Janam, Punarapi Maranam will take place. Punapuna again and again they take birth. If you find real I, then I amness is nothing.
Because with the thing I am, that's why
That's called Abhinivesha. In Vedanta, in yogic term, this is called Abhinivesha. I think Abhinivesha. We cling to life. First, we cling to possessions, car, family, and all. As you become old, all those things will go. Then we cling to I amness, survive. Last breath, I want to survive. I don't want to die. So then the clinging for I amness will take you to next life, another body. Because clinging for I amness will not go. Life. So finally, when the clinging for I amness goes, then you are liberated. Real life. Understood? Why cling to I amness? Because my deep inside I feel my nature is bliss, ananda. I don't know how to go there. I'm trying to get it from many means, job, family, everything I'm getting, but I'm not satisfied. So that's why clinging to I amness is there, because still I'm not reached there. But if you really go to I amness, pure I amness, then you understand I amness itself is love. I amness as a body, I am body becomes limited love, moha. The moment you come to I am, is pure love. That's the meaning of seeing one in all. That is the meaning of real meaning of bhakti. Devotion. See God in everybody means see I amness in everybody. You can't see I amness in everybody, but once you understand I amness in me, you can see I amness in everybody. That's all. This is called universal law. This is called divine mother. Are we clear? Now the question is, why some people commit suicide? Okay. Why people commit suicide? Because if they love I amness so much, why they commit suicide? So the nature of I amness, the deep inside they know, is bliss, ananda. They have tried everything in life to get the bliss. Nothing is succeeding. Nothing is happening. Frustrated, lost everything. Okay. So then they think that suicide can make me free from suffering. Not finding joy is an immense, intense suffering. To end the suffering, end of suffering is called as bliss for them, joy. So that's why they commit suicide. But it doesn't solve the problem. That's a different matter. Ultimately, we are looking deep inside bliss, ananda, happiness. So I didn't get real happiness, but at least I will get rid of suffering. That gives me happiness. That's what is motivation for suicide. Positively, I can't get happiness, but at least positive suffering I can drop. In a sense, fear and love are dualities. So now here love is moha or attachment. The pure love is beyond this fear and love. Pure love is I amness. So now many people confuse this love, unconditioned love, as non-duality. In love, there is two, but it's one. When there's two-ness only, there's love, oneness. I see you, you are separate from me, but still we are connected. That's called love. So in pure unconditional love, where unconditional love is when I become unconditional. I become unconditional I amness, feeling, aliveness. Then everybody is I amness. That's unconditional love. But everybody is there, I am there. Okay. Two is there, duality is there, but oneness is there. That's called ekatva. In that ekatva, love is there. That's called bhakti, seeing one in all, God. Whereas non-duality is not that. Non-duality, not oneness. Non-duality is going beyond I amness. Pure I. There's no question of two. Bhakti is possible when the two are there, but oneness is there. Bhagavan is there, I am there. Whereas in non-duality, there is no two at all. So basically, awakening of love in the heart, prema or bhakti, is the first level of energy awakening. ShaktiDarshana, first ShaktiDarshana is awakening the love energy.
That comes from your experience.
You don't recognize, you are I amness. That's what I'm saying. I'm teaching you to how to recognize that now, how to awaken that love now. Okay? So it's a freedom from commotion of emotion. Commotion, why it happen? All chemical reactions. Devotion is the solution. Devotion is love. Devotion is not a chemical, pure love. Devotion, if it's a chemical, I see God, sing bhajans, God's name, I feel joy. That's a chemical. But pure devotion is pure love. Where you feel the real I amness in everybody.
So oneness is pure devotion.
Oneness is pure devotion. So yad bhavam tad bhaveti. Whatever you think, you become that. So that is key to bhava samadhi. So devotional samadhi is called bhava samadhi. The samadhi with devotion is called bhava samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to enter into bhava samadhi very often. So what is bhava samadhi? How to teach bhava samadhi? I will take you in next classes. feeling. Okay. So now let us do one meditation. Is there any questions are there for anybody in the Zoom? YouTube questions.
Prabhuji?
Okay. So there's a question on YouTube. I'll read out the question. Sri Ranjini Abhilash. When I deal with the external world, outside world, I get into uncontrollable emotions. Right? Example is my relationship. When I deal with my relationship, I get into uncontrolled emotions. That's a question by Sri Ranjini on YouTube. So Ranjini ji, we have two ways of looking in the world, from outside to inside and inside to outside. When you look at from the world from outside to inside, it's called self-consciousness. There's a duality. Self-consciousness always creates a fear. On the other hand, you can have a way of looking at the world from inside to outside. When you look at the world from inside to outside, there's a compassion and love. Love is my nature. Compassion is my expression of love to others. Expression of love. It's, for example, a mosquito sits on my left hand, I'll hit. There's an expression because I love myself. So compassion is expression, love is my nature. Okay. So now for your question answer, madam, is you have to learn how to look at yourself first. Start looking at the world from your own nature, true nature. That's what is called meditation. That's what is called spiritual journey. As you do that, your emotional disturbances come down. That's why I gave the solution. Commotion of emotion, disturbance of emotion, you can reduce through devotion. Devotion means love. Love is to recognize your own nature. Does that answer your question, Sri Ranjini? This is what I'm going to teach in these classes. Okay, how to recognize yourself. Your love for yourself, recognize yourself is the solution. Others will recognize yourself as daughter-in-law, mother, or wife, which are roles, not your self, real self. Okay, Sri Ranjini, if you have any questions, you can type. Others, Narsimurthy.
Prabhuji, namaste. I don't know how to express. There are no words. I'm really so happy. I don't know. This was a very profound. I can. There are no words. That's what I can say. This
Wonderful.
part of the session was so profound for me. I think I am around 50, 53, 54 years old. I think I lived on this earth for this day.
Okay, wonderful, Narsimurthy. You have to wait for my next class.
I don't know whether that happens or not. This is what I wanted. I think. I think God left me till date for this session. I think.
Wonderful, wonderful, Narsimurthy. Yes.
And one follow-up question on that, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Moha per se is not a problem. This is what I understood from so far in this session. Moha per se is not a problem. Moha in the sense mamakara is not per se is not a problem. The aham behind that, if it is true self, then mamakara is taken care. If it is ahankara, then the bottom line, the root of the problem is who is that I?
Correct. That's
If
right.
that I is addressed, mamakara is automatically taken care.
If I is addressed, mamakara is not for limited. Mamakara is infinite.
Yes. If I is Brahman, then everything is myself.
Then I is Brahman, there is no other.
No other. Yes, Prabhuji.
When there is some other, but
Yes.
I am becomes when the I is I amness, then you
Yes.
have love for all.
Yes, Prabhuji. I just respected just now, while just when you just finished it, there was I have a daughter. I always felt that it is an unconditional love, and it was not true. There
What
was
is not?
some interest behind that, and
Huh.
now,
Yeah.
so if I address that ahankara part, then
Yeah.
that's not my daughter. Every girl on the street is similar to my daughter, same as my daughter only.
Correct.
And
So-
I myself is that person only.
Correct. So that the life in you is there in life in everybody. That is the
Yes,
that's the I amness. So then
Yes.
your love is unconditional.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then it is not direct to your daughter or anybody. It is for everybody.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So then you will get your real name, Anmol. Amol means it cannot be measurable.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. And one more doubt I had regarding Ananda, that is also, you covered it actually. Dukkha,
Okay.
Dukkha Rahita Sthiti. I mean, is Ananda, right? When I know myself.
No. Ananda, I can't define as Dukkha Rahita Sthiti.
Atyantika Dukkha Nivrutti.
Ananda, I don't want to define as Dukkha Nivritti. Suicide also can be defined as Ananda. Right? So Ananda means Ananta, which is actually all boundaries are consciously gone.
Wholeness. I was about to say that wholeness.
Wholeness. If you say wholeness is Ananda, I okay. But Dukkha Nivritti is not Ananda.
Dukkha Nivritti in that wholeness.
I don't want, even the Dukkha Nivritti, I don't want to say. Just say wholeness. Okay?
Ananta is Ananda.
Yeah, because the moment you say anything else, it becomes relative.
Okay, got it, Prabhuji.
I don't want to make relative, absolute.
Okay, Prabhuji. Got it.
Ananda, infinity, Ananta.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yes, Amol.
Yeah, Prabhuji, my question is, like, by staying in the pure I am, like, what happens? How to stay? That is my next question. But
how to stay is the next meditation.
Yeah, but like, what actually happens if I could able to stay in the pure I am? Like, what process happens?
That the process of staying in I am is called meditation. It's called Bhava Samadhi.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what happens?
What happens? No. What happens is no other. Okay. Let me ask you, the child. Okay. Child has no thinking. No.
Yes.
What is the nature of child? What happens to child?
Yeah. Blissful state.
Blissful and love. That's all. The moment you explain it, you already come to logical level.
Okay.
I'm saying love is there. The raga, they will come when you identify aham, it become ahankara. Identify the body and mind. So you have to understand the difference between aham and ahamkara. Aham is the pure feeling of I amness. Ahankara means I amness takes the form, akara. Are we clear?
Yes.
Name and form. So child, what happens there? You can ask, what if you are a child? What will happen to you? Baby.
Yeah, I will not understand anything. I will just be happy.
Even to say happy also is not correct. Just a blissful state and pure loving state.
Yeah.
Right? A Gnani is like that only. If you want to become Gnani, you'll be like that only. Of course, Gnani will be able to deal with the life in a very beautiful, because his understanding is there. He can apply life, but otherwise his nature is like a child.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Anybody else? Any question? Kavin, Satyavati, Komari, Kanti, Purnima.
Clear,
Shravan.
Prabhuji.
Okay. Shravan.
No questions, Guruji. It's very good.
So, right now the teaching is about bhakti. So I said ShaktiDarshana is about awakening of the energy, right? Awakening of love energy I am speaking of. It's called love energy, it's called bhakti. Okay. So let us, right now, I have spoken about the preliminary. So next class I will take Bhava Samadhi. In ShaktiDarshana I will take Bhava Samadhi next class. Right now, we'll do a meditation. First meditation is, okay, awakening of love. For that, so awakening of love. Okay, let us do a love and gratitude meditation. Next class of ShaktiDarshana, I'll take Bhava Samadhi. So love is, close your eyes. Sit comfortably. Become aware of your head. Your head is the thinking faculty. Thinking faculty is your computer. It's useful for functioning in the world, but become aware of your real nature. Your real nature is your feeling, I amness. Come to your heart center where feeling is there. Feeling. Feeling is living. What is feeling? The aliveness I feel in the body. I am alive. That aliveness is called feeling. Thinking is what I do. Feeling is what I have, what I am. There's a feeling of aliveness that I call as I amness, where I stands for consciousness, am stands for existence. Stay in the feeling of aliveness. Let us use our head now, thinking faculty, for offering gratitude. Thinking is required for offering gratitude. Feeling is my life. So thinking, we misuse our thinking by wasting our time on past and future. Regret, worry, all these unnecessary emotions we are using. Thinking is used for, actually thinking should be used for present moment decision making. Let us offer our gratefulness, love for the existence. How grateful we are. Take a human birth is almost impossible. There are 86 million life forms. I have got an opportunity to take a human birth. I'm grateful to the Ishvara for my birth as a human being. I am born in country of Bharata, spiritual country where the spiritual wisdom originated and flowing relentlessly. Atma Dana, Jivan Mukti, Dana is available in India in abundance. I am grateful to be born in country of Bharata. Bha means wisdom. Rati means Ananda. A country where I can get bliss by wisdom. Wisdom is the bliss. Jnana is the Ananda. I am grateful to be born in the country of Bharat. I am grateful to country, grateful to my own life circumstances, the family, friends, relationships, enemies, who brought different kinds of experience to me. In a way, all of them helped my spiritual evolution. They helped me, all of them showed me my inner journey. To seek who I am, who am I, to find out real I am. I'm very grateful to all my friends, relatives, my enemies for showing me the real path of spiritual journey, pushing me inwards. A great desire awakens in me to become free from suffering. Mukti. I am grateful to existence, Ishvara, for awakening that wisdom in me. I am grateful to Ishvara for showing me, for bringing Sadguru in my life. I am grateful to my Sadguru, who is none other than Ishvara in human form. I am grateful for the teachings I receive, which awakens my wisdom, my pradna, awakening of pradna, to recognize my own true nature, to help me become free from suffering, to realize my own nature as Ananda Swarupa. I am grateful to my Sadguru. I am grateful to teaching. I am grateful to Guru Parampara, the spiritual masters who have handed over the wisdom of spiritual knowledge from generation to generation. I am grateful to this satsanga for giving me an opportunity to do selfless service, karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga. I am grateful to existence for the opportunity of nishkama karma yoga to become free from karma roga, disease of karma, to see God in all, one in all, to develop true devotion, true love for God by serving God in all living beings. I am grateful to the wisdom, Jnana, Atma Vichara, for all the masters to become free from my ignorance. I am grateful to Ishvara for functioning of my body, mind, and intellect, my heartbeat, my blood flow, my functioning brain, my lungs, my aliveness, prana. I am grateful to Ishvara to function through my body mind complex and take me to Sadgati, the right path. I am totally grateful to the whole existence. This is what I can do as thinking. Now, the functioning of the thinking, head is over. Come down to the heart. Stay in the feeling of aliveness. You can have your attention one area of the body, like right side of the chest, or somewhere, maybe in the Adna or Sahasrara, which is a pointer to I amness. Stay in that I amness. Stay in that feeling. In the feeling of I amness, there's no boundary. The boundary comes the moment thinking comes. The moment you switch on, the computer called head comes. Stay in the feeling of I amness as long as possible. You can repeat, you can say mentally, Soham. Soham means I am he. The I amness in you is nothing but I amness in everybody. That I amness in everybody is called God, totality. Just stay in the I amness. From thinking to feeling, feeling is living. Meditate on I amness, Soham, as often as possible. Understand that I amness in me, I amness in animal, I amness in anybody is same. The same Lord Ishvara manifests in all hearts. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. Parameshwara, Lord, is present in all living beings in equality, in same proportion as aliveness, as existence in plants and trees, astitva. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Pratyorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Videha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanamnane Shivoham Shivoham Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi. Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam, Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyek Jyotihi, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyotihi, Shivosmiham, Lokaha Samastaha, Sukhino Bhavantu, Lokaha Samastaha, Sukhino Bhavantu, Lokaha Samastaha, Sukhino Bhavantu, Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. Rub both of hands, give under the eyes, slowly open your eyes. Light of Self Foundation, Atma Gurukulam is recognized by Karnataka Sanskrit University. We are 26-year-old organization dedicated to self-realization, selfless service. Atma Mokshakam Jaritai. All of you are welcome to join our YouTube channel. Look at our courses in Facebook, in website. Subscribe to our videos and share with your friends and relatives who may be interested. Namaste. Anybody questions on Zoom?
Prabhuji, I have one more about Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam.
Okay.
In this life, not repeated deaths and births. My interpretation is that aham vritti, I mean, each thought that is suffixed by ahankara.
Mhm.
So it takes birth and dies. So I am born. I mean, if I am myself is ahankara, I am born, and the lifetime born and alive during the lifetime of that thought, when it switches, when it moves on to next thought, that ahankara is dead.
Correct.
So next ahankara or idam, if it is idam proti, ahankara is not there. There may be some gap. Then
Correct.
ahankara.
Correct.
So that will also not permanent. That will also die. It will keep on taking birth and death in this moment, this day, and till the end of the death.
Right. So what is the question?
No, is my interpretation right, Prabhuji? That's what I'm asking.
This question of punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, I want to tell very clearly. Okay. So there are religions in the world, right? Other than Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, there is no concept of rebirth in other religions.
Yes.
For them, only this life is the life. Correct?
Yes.
Concept of Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, there is a concept of karma and rebirth.
Yes.
So first question is, which of this is true? Having one birth is true, or having many birth is true? Okay.
Yes.
So if you look at life, right? If you look at anything in nature, everything in nature is recirculated. So a tree becomes mud becomes mud nutrient extracted, it becomes a tree, and tree gives fruit fall into the ground and they become mud again. So life only is continuously changing pattern.
Yes, Prabhuji, perfect.
There's only end for a form, but there's no end for the energy.
Yes, cycle continues.
Energy is continuously changing. Forms keeps on changing.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so now in nature, in reality, there's nothing called death.
Yes.
Right? It's only change of form, some form.
Yes.
Okay. So life is a continuous energy movement.
Yes.
Energy keeps on changing shapes, forms, like a wave. Ocean waves keep coming, one type of wave, another type of wave, but nothing happens to water.
Yes.
So now the problem here is, where is the question of birth and where is the question of death?
Yes.
We identify birth as one form and death as end of that form.
Yes, Prabhuji. That's true.
But there's not really birth and death in sense, because nothing is stopped actually. It's only continuous flow.
Yes.
Right? For our notional benefit, for our conceptuality, we'll say this is birth and this is death. But here in reality, it's just a flow.
Yes.
Life is a flow. If you understand that, then concept of birth and death is not real.
Yes.
So there's one way of saying. Second way of saying is this first understanding clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. That's perfect. Precise, very precise.
It's an energy flow.
Yeah.
Today we are in this human form, tomorrow we will be in some other form.
Yes.
Okay? Right? That itself is not birth and death. It's just a flow of change of form.
Yes.
So birth and death concept is not real. It's an illusion.
Yes.
First level, understanding.
Got it.
Second level of understanding. Okay? For wave, there's an appearance of wave and the end of wave. Wave appears and wave dissolves. You call appearance and dissolution of wave as birth and death. Notional birth and death, but not real birth and death.
Yes, Prabhuji.
But water has no birth and no death. No, water from water point of view, there's no birth and no death at all.
Yes, substratum remains. Yes.
Substratum remains same. Correct?
Yes.
So first level understanding is we are just changing energy forms. Birth and death concept is meaningless from the energy point of view, which Shakti point of view.
Yes, Prabhuji. That wave itself will not know the birth. The wave itself will not know the death also. Only the adjacent waves will.
Another wave will tell you a birth and death. Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But from substratum point of view, there is no birth and death.
Yes, got it.
All of us are never born and will never die. First point of view.
Yes.
From awareness or consciousness point of view.
Yes, Prabhuji.
There's no meaningless to say birth and death itself is meaningless from a substratum point of view. Brahman point of view.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
From Shakti point of view, there is no concept of birth and death. Energy is a continuous flow. Entire universe is energy flow.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
It's a changing energy pattern. There's no birth and death.
Yes.
From individual point of view, there seems to be a birth and death.
Yes.
That is still the point. You start inquiring what is birth and death. If you inquire in birth and death, there's no birth and death also.
Yes. There is no first-hand experience also. Both birth and death.
There's no first-hand experience of anything, birth and death.
Yes. Yes.
So then we say somebody is born, somebody dies. It's only
Yes.
conceptual, not reality.
Yes.
So now somebody is born. What it means is that a consciousness identified with the body. That's all we can say.
Yes. Yes.
Consciousness identified with the body. Consciousness got reflected in the body, and there's an identity in the body. That we call as birth.
Yes.
At the time of death, consciousness separated from the body. That's all we can say.
Yes.
So the body is material, consciousness is non-material, physical, non-physical.
Yes.
So now, for consciousness, is there a concept of birth and death?
No.
There's no birth and death for consciousness.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But is there a birth and death for the body?
Yes.
But is there a birth and death for the body?
Yes.
No. Birth and death for the body is not there. Impossible. This is a glass, right? The glass is mud. It is non-material.
That substratum remains. Yes. 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 That's also part of consciousness.
No. Just take it as a matter. For matter
Yes.
also, there is no birth and death.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
For consciousness, there is no birth and death. For matter also, there is no birth and death. Matter will change the shape. That's all.
Yes. Neither be created nor be destroyed. Matter can
So,
be.
for
Yes.
matter also, there is no birth and death. Consciousness also birth and death.
Yes. It can
So
change.
who has-
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Got it.
The consciousness seems to be identified with the matter.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And consciousness seems to be disidentified with matter. That we call as birth and death.
Yes. Yes. Got
Now,
it.
again, the problem. The problem is consciousness and matter, they cannot identify with each other. They are actually different level of reality. Right? A water cannot mix with oil at all.
Correct.
So consciousness is like oil and matter is like water. They cannot mix it.
Yes.
So there's an apparent mix-up, not real. There's an apparent mix-up. That apparent mix is called illusion. There's a birth for illusion. There's a death for illusion.
Got it. Perfect.
Now, who has a birth and death?
Illusion.
It's just an illusion.
Yes.
So then next question is, even if you take that as real, somewhere we have to say, so then every moment our breath goes out and comes back.
Yes.
So breath goes in is called life and breath going out is death. If you
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
death is momentary, every moment.
Yes.
And rebirth is every moment.
Yes.
So now, what is your question?
No, it's perfectly answered.
Okay.
Without any doubt. Thank you.
Okay. Is there karma for anybody? Karma is also appearance.
Yes.
Okay. So if at all you have to say somewhere somebody has a birth and death, illusion has a birth and illusion has a death.
I think this got into our birth and death got into our mind by inference. Like we saw somebody born, we saw somebody dead. So we took it as it is, and without any inquiry. So that's the root cause of the event.
Real inquiry, all those things will become real. No, snake will not be no snake. No, it will be rope only. No.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This whole concept is actually Maya.
Yes.
Conceptual living.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anybody else? Any questions? Narshumurthy, Shravan, Amol, Sujay Madam, Kavin, Kanti and Purnima, Mala.
Guruji, I have a clarification to be done by you. Gratitude is also Advaita. That is, we are grateful to Sadhguru, we are grateful to struggles in life, we are grateful to the enemies, everything means it is not the self and the external objects are different. So we are in Dvaita. It is not Advaita. So can I be grateful to myself or the Sadguru in me? Again, that also becomes Advaita. So I should be grateful to myself because I love myself and I can be happy or I can be blissful in that way. So purification happens and it clears everything and I can be grateful to myself. Is that correct?
You can't be grateful to yourself. You can be just be yourself.
Yes.
Okay, please understand this. I made you to do a gratefulness meditation. Correct? Why? Why? Because this part of our body, right? Neck above head. It is a computer. The computer or biocomputer, it is constantly living in a fear, anxiety, and illusion. Okay? So for the biocomputer, you have to tell things are all right. What is happening is for good. You have to do reprogramming. That is actually offering gratitude. Your program is corrupted now. So this biocomputer is definitely required for us to make it living in the world. So if that biocomputer, you have to tell the biocomputer, my dear fellow, the fear, anxiety, stress is not required. The gratitude, living in gratitude, you'll become calm down. Okay. So gratitude is an attitude to in the duality. Right? So once you start living in gratitude, your mind calms down and lot of blissful or graceful things happen in your life. So can I be having gratitude to myself? You cannot have gratitude to yourself. You can just be yourself. The whole concept of gratitude is when there is other and I am thankful to the other rather than I keep on blaming, I keep on having regret. Look at our life. We are making our life miserable and life of others also miserable by thinking of past, thinking about incidents, thinking about situation, worrying, not understanding that every single person in our life has contributed to our spiritual evolution. So recognize that removes our regret. So this is a gratitude, attitude of gratitude is a cleaning up process of the computer. Clear?
So we need not be always grateful to anybody. Maybe that level can be crossed also, no, Guruji? Because when
I'm saying when you interact in the world, we need not be gratitude to all. If when you interact in the world, what is your attitude? What is your
always
attitude?
grateful? If it is always grateful, any situation.
If you are always grateful, you'll not live in regret. See, when you interact with the world, you need to have a attitude. Otherwise, you can't interact meaningfully in the world. Right? Attitude of gratefulness, attitude of service, seeing one in all, your life will be a flow. Now, gratitude you don't have to consciously have, it becomes a deeply ingrained, it's fine. But ultimately, these three only makes your life a flow. Otherwise, life will be stuck, energy will get stuck. Are we clear?
Yes, Guruji. So another thing also, Guruji, what you said, this is something that you can be grateful. You have given the platform for that because of AVSC, JJ, and the quiz and all that. What happens is, I love myself. I do more. I understand better. So whenever, as you gave the example, when we speak, we don't think of others. What is my understanding? I just go within myself. I go inward. So beforehand, how to prepare is going inward. Again, giving it to the people or talking out also. you will forget everything. Before I start, maybe I can think something, but when the flow starts, it will be one with that, whatever is being told. So that is an opportunity given by you. And now I should be very grateful to you for giving such an opportunity
Yes.
to
See,
connect
this
with oneself.
foundation, every activity, everything what I give to you people is very consciously given for your evolution. Whereas unconscious evolution, how happens out of society, here everything which I tell, every single word what I tell is directed towards removing your unconsciousness and removing your ego. Whether you participate in JJ or AVSC, the whole idea is there are no other. When you do service, there's no other. So this all is a process of purification, intense purification. That's why the whole system of Light of Self Foundation is created. Okay.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Very good. So, Mala Suresh, yes, Mala, you want to say something?
Nothing, Guruji. The class is going on. Actually, ಅಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು, ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮೂಗು ಎಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ರಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್